good afternoon. I want to do a short video about how I replaced quite easily after 4 attempts of different sprayers. The sprayers that spray on the windshield washer or spray on the windshield and washer clean, all that. So I want to go through some quick details here for anybody looking to do this themselves. I went through 2 original types, OEM types that broke, and then one that was an aftermarket, and this 4th one, which is working great, is an aftermarket. So this is a 2012 Mitsubishi Eclipse. I left this corner original, left this tube original. There's no cracks, there's no leaks, and just replaced this with vacuum line available on Amazon, and then changed out the Y intersection. I originally tried a 90-degree right angle, and that actually slowed the performance on this right side sprayer. Then just reconnected it. One of the things I did with this setup was use the heat gun to heat the tips and then push them into the connectors. The connectors I have here, or not connectors, but the sprayers I have are just ones off of Amazon. Now these are pretty cool. These little brass tips are adjustable. So when I first sprayed, that one over there was like 50% and this is like 100%. So I turned counterclockwise 2 turns and all of a sudden both of them were equalized. Super fantastic. I originally bought some others on Amazon and you could not regulate anything. They were the solid metal ones. But all these, the ones I bought, they were under 10 bucks. I think they were $8 or $9. They spray fantastically. And let me show you. All right, let's check this out after I've adjusted them. Nice and even. And you can adjust the flow rate, so if you want both of them to not have so much pressure, you can do that too. Pretty awesome. Now I'll show you the parts of the things, the tools that I use. All right, so heat gun. You could probably even use a hair dryer, but this is a lot more intense heat, and it just heats the end of the tube a lot faster. Use a razor blade. I love Milwaukee. Make sure the blades are always sharp, and then a socket on the sprayer I got. You could just use this to just finger tighten. That was it. They're all plastic, which I'll show a picture here in a second. The ones I got from Amazon. Scissors to cut the tubing, and then these are the fittings I was talking about. These little guys. So originally I was using a right angle, and so this would go to the right side, this would go to the left. And what that did is basically most of the pressure would go off to the left side and 50% go here, which after I adjusted it worked. But a Y basically splits the difference in the water pressure, equalizing it. This is the one I talked to that was a ginormous fail for me. There's no adjustment on it. It's just, you can see right in that little hole, the water comes up through there. So the right side sprayer had an enormous amount of pressure. The left side was horrible. So I got these off of Amazon a while back, and they were, for me, they were a failure. Then I also suggest having a bag of these different fittings. I got these from Amazon as well, and it came with the rubber sprayer hose. It's just silicone hose. One tip I could say about this entire setup is that when you're unscrewing the sprayer nozzles, either have a backup, like extras, or make dang sure that you have a hold of that nut and washer. The ones I didn't want, when I was removing it, it slipped and fell into the abyss of the hood, and it's basically a flat piece of metal that folds together like that down in here. Basically, it's gone forever. It's washer graveyard. So somewhere down in here, that little tiny washer for the sprayer spigot, it's sitting in there indefinitely. I'm not going to try to fish it out because it's for the ones that didn't work. But otherwise, if you have good steady fingers, just hold on for dear life, or use a socket, which I did. Use a socket and go in there, and you won't lose it. But just steady hands and take it slow. With me, I had to go through 4 of these things to get the ones that work now, and they're the cheapies. The original OEM ones are like 16 bucks a piece, and they snapped. I put on an OEM replacement, and within a couple days it literally snapped in half. It was very frustrating, but we'll see how long these cheapies last. Hopefully last longer than the OEM replacements. Anyway, take care, have a good day. These are the parts that I bought from Amazon, the sprayers. You can see they don't have any washers, they just have the little plastic nut that goes on the bottom, you twist. I was able to use a socket, which was about a 1/2 inch size. You could probably use 7/16. And it fit on there just enough to kind of grab it, and I only tightened them with my fingers. You could adjust the little brass sprayers. I did with a tiny little screwdriver, and it worked great for adjusting pressure.